morning, students. This is Dr. G.V.R. Shashirao, Associate Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In previous sessions, we have discussed about the shaft design. So, how to design of a shaft and on the basis of strength and on the basis of torsional rigidity. In this session, so we will see problems on shafts. So in a given problem, how to solve by using torsional equations and bending moment equations on the basis of strength and on the basis of torsional rigidity. We will see in this session. So take this problem. A pair of wheels of a railway wagon carries a load of 50 kilonewtons. The given load is 50 kilonewtons. So that is the railway wagon. It carries on each axle box, acting at a distance of 100 mm outside the wheelbase. The load is acting at a distance of 100 mm outside the wheelbase. So the gauge of the rails is 1.4 meters. Find the diameter of the axle between the wheels if the stress is not to exceed 100 megapascal. So this is the given condition. Stress condition is 100 megapascal. This is the maximum stress. It means allowable stress not to exceed 100 megapascal. Whatever you calculated, the design stress should be less than this 100 megapascal. So then only about design is safe. Whatever you calculated diameter of this axle, that is in safe condition. So otherwise it will be fail. So that's why before solving the problem, first read the problem carefully and which type of condition is given, you should understand. Clear? Here given type of load is 50 kilonewtons and the distance between the acting at a distance, the load is acting at a 100 mm distance. First you should draw this space diagram. So and then analysis what are the forces acting and then also calculate what are the stresses induced in this axis. So first step is given data. So write down the given data. So the load is 50 kilonewtons. You can convert into newtons and the length is 100 mm. What is x? The x is 1.4 meter. So what is this x? The gauge of the rails. The gauge of the rails is 1.4 meter. This is as shown in figure. The sigma b is 100 megapascal. You can convert into mm square. Clear? This is the maximum stress. So first of all, to draw this diagram, two rails are shown at C and D, two wheels. So the distance between these two is 1.4 meter. So that is gauge length. Clear? And then the load is acting at a distance of 100 mm. So at a distance of 100 mm. So here from its 100 mm distance, the 50 kilonewtons is acting. Same on the right side also 50 kilonewtons and 100 mm acting. Clear? Now, analyze the forces. So what are the forces acting here? The upward force and downward force. The upward forces are 50 kilonewtons acting in upward direction. So downward direction. And upward direction reaction forces at their supports. It means here wheels are supported here at the two wheels. So the reaction forces are left side reaction force and the right side reaction force. You can see in this figure at C, RC and at D, RD. So reaction forces are acting at their supports. You should calculate these reaction forces. This summation of these two, reaction forces are equal to the downward forces. Upward forces are, summation of upward forces are equal to the summation of downward forces. Then only the system will be in equilibrium. Clear? So here marked at A and noted here other end is B and C and D. Clear? So now solve the problem. The axle with wheels is shown in figure. This is the axle with wheels shown in figure. So in this, you should calculate the diameter of the axle. So the axle nothing but this one also one type of shaft. Clear? So a little consideration will show that the maximum bending moment acts on the wheels at C and D. Clear? So why? Because here reaction forces are acting at on the wheels at C and D point. Clear? So at C and D point. Therefore, the maximum bending moment you should calculate. So first identify at which maximum bending moment will be occur. Clear? How do you calculate the bending moment? Already we have studied in strength of materials. So about shear force and bending moment calculations. So here bending moment is W into L. So what is W into L? Load, acting and distance. Clear? So the load and the perpendicular distance. So here load is 50 kilonewtons. Multiply with 100. This load is acting at 100 mm. So you will get 5 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. So this is the maximum bending moment. Next, the maximum bending moment obtained as follows. It's C at RC and RD. So 50 kilonewtons. So why? Because here the summation of 50 plus 50 downward force 100, that is equal to RC plus RD. So clear? So RC plus RD is equal to 50 kilonewtons plus 50 kilonewtons. Clear? So you can say RC is equal to RC, D is equal to RD is equal to 50 kilonewtons. So what is the bending moment at A? So always the bending moment at the supports A and B 0. At their supports, at their ends, there is no bending moment. So already we have studied in strength of materials, in shear force and bending moment topic. Clear? So according to the bending moment theory, so there is no bending moment at their ends. So that you can write the bending moment at A point is 0 and at B is 0. Then what is the bending moment at C? What is the bending moment at D? We should calculate. So the bending moment at C, so you can take what is the load? 50 kilonewtons acting 100. So 50 kilonewtons into 100 RC multiplied with 100. Similarly at D, so 50 kilonewtons multiplied with distance up to D. So 1.4 plus 100. 1.4 plus 100 mm. So that is, you can take total 1500 mm in terms of 100. So this is given in meters. You can convert into mm. So 1400 mm plus 100 mm. So 1500 mm will get. Clear? So that this 1500 multiply with the 50 kilonewtons minus this force, this RD, multiply with 1.4 meter. So RD is 50 kilonewtons. So 50 kilonewtons multiply with 1400. So finally, you will get 5 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm at D. So we are taking bending moment about A point. We are considering about A point. So and then the bending moment at B already you know 0. So what is the maximum bending moment? So at C is 5 into 10 to the power of 6 and the D also 5 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton per mm. Same bending moment will be acted for C and D point. So now take let D is equal to diameter of the axle. We know that maximum bending moment equation M is equal to 5 by 32 into d cube into sigma B. Already we have studied in the shaft design. And the torsion T is equal to pi by 16 into tau into d cube. This is the torque. But here the axle is subjected to bending moment. So that's why you should apply the maximum bending moment equation. So you apply this equation. So the calculated bending moment, the maximum bending moment is here. So what is the bending moment here? 5 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. So take that bending moment and equate to equation. So you will get, so sigma B already given in our problem 100. That is the maximum stress. There is no factor of safety, not given factor of safety. That's why no need to calculate allowable stress. So d cube is equal to 0.51 into 10 to the power of 6 or d is equal to 79.8 mm. Clear? You can say the diameter, the standard diameter of the axle is 80 mm. Clear? So like this, you have to calculate you have to solve the problems on shaft. Next, problem number 2. Here given a solid circular shaft is subjected to bending moment and a torque of 10,000 Newton meter. See, in this condition, the combination of these two, the bending moment and the torque also given 10,000 Newton meter. See, so in the previous case, we have seen only the torque when the shaft is subjected to torque. But in this case, the combination of these two and the shaft is subjected to bending moment and torque. So given the values, the 3000 and torque value, no need to calculate bending moment and torque separately. Just you have to substitute these values in the equation, empirical relations. You will get, you can calculate the diameter of the shaft. The shaft is made of 45C8 steel. So that is a material having ultimate tensile stress of 700 megapascal and the ultimate shear stress is 500. So here given the factor of safety, assume the factor of safety as 6. So that you need to calculate the permissible shear stress and the permissible tensile stress. So that is allowable stress or you can say the working stress. Determine the diameter of the shaft. Clear? So here, this problem is based on combined loads. So when the shaft is subjected to twisting moment as well as bending moment. So here need to calculate equivalent bending moment and equivalent twisting moment. Apply that those equations. Here for this type of problems you should use two theories of failures. One is the maximum shear stress theory, another one is the maximum normal stress theory. So the maximum shear stress theory also you can call as Guest theory, and maximum normal stress theory you can say Rankine's theory. So based on these two theories, calculate diameter of the shaft and finally which one is larger. So that diameter you can take as you can fix as the final diameter of the solid circular shaft. Clear? So now we will see how to solve this problem. So first you should write the given data. the given data bending moment and torsion and sigma ultimate stress. Clear? And they know that allowable tensile stress is equal to ultimate tensile stress upon factor of safety. You will get the permissible or allowable tensile stress. Clear? So allowable shear stress is equal to ultimate tensile shear stress by factor of safety. Already we have studied in the basics and shaft the basics and in design the basis also we have learned these two things. The factor of safety, as per the factor of safety definition, it is the ratio of ultimate stress to the allowable stress. Clear? Even given factor of safety is here 6. So that's why you should divide it with 6. You will get the allowable shear stress. This stress is called as design stress. Design stress or working stress. Design stress or working stress. Clear? So let apply two theories. So what are they? One is maximum shear stress theory, another one is maximum normal stress theory. First, according to maximum shear stress theory, find out equivalent twisting moment. So what is the equivalent twisting moment equation? TE is equal to square root of m square plus t square. What is the m value? Given in our problem, m is equal to 3000 and t is equal to 10,000. Substitute these two values in this equivalent twisting moment. So already we have studied in theory. So we will get 10.44 into 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. We know that that equivalent twisting moment is equal to pi by 16 into tau into dq. So already we know that T is equal to pi by 16 into tau into dq. T is equal to pi by 16 tau into dq. In place of the torque, here you should substitute equivalent twisting moment. Why? Because here two loads are acting, twisting moment and bending moment. So finally, you will get diameter of the shaft. So that is 86 mm. So according to maximum shear stress theory. Similarly, find the diameter of the shaft according to maximum normal stress theory. So in this case, the equivalent bending moment equation you should apply. So the equivalent bending moment equation ME is equal to half into m plus square root of m square plus t square. So directly substitute the bending moment value and torsion value in this equation. So you will get 6.272 to 10 to the power of 6 Newton mm. Also know that the equivalent bending moment is equal to pi by 32 into sigma b into dq. Already you know m is equal to pi by 32 into sigma b into dq. This is only normal bending moment. When the shaft is subjected to bending moment only. But in this case, when the shaft is subjected to torsion and bending moment. So that's why need to calculate the equivalent bending moment and equivalent twisting moment. This equivalent twisting moment and equivalent bending moment gives us actual bending moment value. So now equate to equation pi by 32 into sigma b into dq and find the diameter. So compare these two values. Already we have calculated according to maximum shear stress theory. So one diameter obtained. And again, according to this normal stress theory, Rankine's theory, another diameter also obtained 83.7 mm. So which one is larger? So taking the larger of the two values, that is your final diameter. The larger value is 86. So you can say the standard diameter of the shaft is 90 mm. Already know the standard diameters of the shaft. So this is your final diameter of the solid shaft. So this type of problems you need to calculate by using this twisting moment and bending moment and maximum normal stress theory and shear stress theory empirical relations. These are the references. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.